guys, MK Hero Figs. We have the Sdcc 2020 Comic-Con exclusive Motaro. Yes, Earthrealm. It's going to be defended today, and it will be the final mission, but before we get to that, we got to get an in-close review of this. The packaging, I think they knocked it out the park. Like anybody that started playing way back in the early 90s, all this right here, oh man, it's going to be nostalgic. Just go ahead, absorb. Just admire as to what they've gone here and done. I mean, look, Storm Collectibles has never been a letdown. Every fig, and I do got some. I'll show you the Motaro from the 1 year prior. Actually, we haven't even picked that up, man, because they never released it. Jazzwares, or was it? Yes, it was Jazzwares. They used to make these guys, but this was never one of the characters that was introduced. So the fact that Storm is taking it out and bringing it to a whole new ballpark, I think this is going to be an interesting one. And you are going to get interchangeable scans. You're going to get one with a screaming one. You're going to get more of a serious look, and right there with the skeleton. Oh yeah, it's going to be a fatality from beginning to end. So if you are joining the channel for the first time, hit the subscribe button, drop a like if you would like to get this unboxed, because you know you guys have been waiting. So I say it's time. Let's get this Mortal Kombat fight round one. Fight! Out of the package, I'm gonna tell you, this has a lot of strong presence behind it. I mean, in the stature, standing up side by side, Goro, you can see the magnitude of this figure. I mean, I'm seeing it right there pretty much eye to eye. We will get more depth with the whole scale of it all. I want to cover the actual accessories because there are going to be some. As you guys saw right there on the back of the packaging, we did see the green skeleton, and I didn't get a chance to pick up the regular version that Storm has released because we have seen like the traditional actual bone structure look, not like the highlighter green, but right here it's going to be something slightly different. And there is a lot when it comes down to this. Like, you are going to be getting interchangeable hands. There is no interchangeable head. It would be cool. Oh, you actually can. Hold on. Here's something that we got to point out. The jawline actually does articulate. You can open it up, you can close it in. And either way you do it, it's got like a translucent look for like behind the eyes. Actually, the whole piece, it's a translucent plastic, but the way that it's coming out right here with the eyes, I am really digging that. It kind of almost gives it like this, like if you have a bright light behind it, I think it should go right through and kind of give it more of a fear factor. And articulation, it's going to be scattered real well. I mean, after all, since we are in a simple bone structure, you should have all those points. Every single joint that you'll see on the shoulder, elbow, even coming down here with the legs, it's all going to be articulated with a ball hinge, pretty much connecting even down to the actual spine of it. So let's go ahead and cover it for those that didn't get a chance to pick it up. So you can do a full 360 with the shoulder rotation. The elbow is also going to see that, as well as ankling. No, you can't angle it side to side, but regardless, you'll get a nice 90-degree angle. For the wrist articulation, you'll get a 360 coming all the way around. You'll actually see the spinal piece right here that will give it that whole point of articulation, and you'll be able to get a full-on crunch bending forward. Like, this guy's a full-on yogi, man. He won't be messing around. You get a 360 right there on the waist swivel. Legs go far out, actually surpassing really anything that a human can actually do. Unless if you're double jointed, you might have a different point. The leg's going to go all the way up, double hinge right there on the knee, and the ankle articulation, you're going to get a full pivot point right there. And again, the green is working real well. This is based off fatality form. For the interchangeable hands, the ones that will be on the figure will be a full-on closed fist. You'll be able to interchange it with a semi-open, a claw. I'm still going to call this a mic open, and I pulled one out so you guys can kind of see like the bone structure of the way that it meets right there within the knuckles, the actual thumbs. Really nice piece. Again, you're going to have some options whether you want to display this right here with Motaro or just go ahead and go out the box, because I can think of several ideas as to what we could actually do with this. Now, for interchangeable hands for Motaro, in a quick comparison right here, as far as like how the skeleton stands, you can see that it's standing right there. I would say probably about waistline. But again, I'm going to get in some Jazzwares. I'm going to also get some, well, wait until we get with the height comparisons that you guys will be able to check out. Again, Motaro is going to come with 4 interchangeable hands, 2 closed fists on the actual figure, and the ones that you'll be able to swap it out, you'll get a full-on claw, and this is going to be covered in blood. That's what's going to distinguish the Sdcc exclusive with the regular version. So pretty much the same piece, even when it does come down to like the actual head scans. Here's the full-on open right there, and you can see all the blood right there on the knuckles. They actually even painted right there the fingernails, and not just on one of them. I mean, it's going to have it on all 4 fingers. You'll have it right there on the pinky, on the middle, as well as the thumb. So pretty happy that we're going to have that, because I mean, you're not going to be able to choke the man out if you got a full-on close fist. You got to be considerate. You got to keep in mind that that's why they're trying to bring the options, right? If you're going to be go ahead giving the man his final move to sail him off to the MK world, dude, you got to be mean. You got to be upset, and you got to have all that drips coming through right there within the mohawk. This thing is incredible. The horns, the way that they're shaped, they're all angled in, coming back up way to the top, and you're going to see a lot of texture. Really great tooling when it comes to the overall sculpt of this. And interchanging should be fairly simple. The one that is going to be on the actual figure, let me go ahead and show you, because this is so sick. I really like the backdrop too. Like if you want to do a nice display, you can see how this is going to be able to bring and actually make all this come to life. I mean, it's already like the way that they represented it with the way that they wanted to do it with the Sdcc exclusive. I'm really, truly seeing it. I want to get into some height comparisons because that's one of the biggest things when it comes to this, right? The accuracy, how is it going to play out? Are the rest of the figures going to be able to go ahead, cooperate, bring the whole kingdom into, oh, dude, this is insane. Look at this. Having all three of them side by side. And yes, I'm going to get some Jazzwares. You can see that they're actually really short compared to the actual Motaro figure of itself. Look at that, you guys. And I also got some Farland right there with the Baraka. Obviously, these were kind of scaled up versus the original origin of the MK figs. And I don't know, I actually do prefer, like, scale-wise, I still am a huge fan of the 6-inch as opposed to, like, the 7-inch. I don't know what it is. It just blends in with my Marvel Legends. I like all of them to mix in, whether it's the TNMT or the Mortal Kombat. And for anyone that was curious, we got an also earlier version right there of Scorpion. Again, too short for your liking. I don't think it'll work out, but let's go ahead and cover this because Motaro, this is going to be the true reason as to why you clicked on the video. You want to see exactly what this man is going to do right there within the display. And I think as far as what I'm seeing right now, it's already doing so much, you guys. Like when it comes to Storm Collectibles, they never seem to short out, whether it's with articulation, detail, all the points. You're going to see all that articulation because this is going to be able to do quite a bit. Now, the traditional standpoint of the way that the man was displayed, if you go back to the earlier Mortal Kombats, it's usually the side angle, right? So that's kind of the way that they have him displayed. You can see how the torso, it's already set up right there to do those massive kicks. I mean, this guy's going to kick you. He's going to knock you out. The one thing that I do got to mention, I think it was the earlier Mortal Kombat games, his fatality. He used to shoot out this flame, or it was like a laser is what it was. I think that's what they're trying to representate with this accessory. So, I mean, I could be wrong. If anybody is familiar with this actually does, this is what I remember. At least when I used to play it right there, it would come off right the tip and then just blast the man off. And let's cover the points because there's going to be a lot. The tail, it is going to be articulated. You can feel the bendy wire. I don't know if you'll be able to go like, oh, you can. Check it out. You'll be able to rotate pretty much from any point. Obviously, the further you go out, the more articulation you'll be able to get with it. You'll be able to go ahead, do like a full-on twist. I mean, traditionally, it's going to mainly stand like this, but it's cool that you have all those options within the actual tail. It doesn't rotate. It does have like the actual pivot point, so I'm not sure if like mine is adhered by glue. I might have to heat it up, but I'm almost 100% positive the way that this is coming out, it's not rotating a full 360 right there. For the rest of the body, you can kind of see the way that it carries real well, man. Like the whole molding up here on the back, this is pretty much hair. One thing that you could do, and I can already see people or customizers dabbing into this, but making the hair like actual fur, kind of like what you guys have seen right there with Giant Gonzalez and the attire. That's something that they could do. For the back piece, you can see how that silver all meets well with the actual back strap of it all and the way that it unites on the back end. Really clean, bro. The blood, look at the veins too. You're gonna see a lot of veins incorporated within the actual muscle structure of it all. This thing is insane. And the whole silver piece, it's gonna wrap around underneath the waistline, coming all the way that it's sculpted right here. It's all divided into separate pieces, so it kind of gives it the illusion of articulation. And the front chest piece, this thing is just strong. It is a very, very strong figure. I'm gonna go ahead and move the backdrop so I can show you the way that it stands if you go ahead and angle him forward. So there he is, man. He is upset. He's like, you're messing up my backdrop. Well, we got to show the people of what you can do, right? Let's keep covering the points of articulation because for the legs, you can see the way that they carry real well. Like this is going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, a total of 4 points when it comes to the way that it articulates right here in the back end of it all. So you can move it forward, you can move this inward, and you're going to stop about right there. And that's rightfully so because obviously the geometry, it wouldn't be accordingly if it all met, like, let's say even going further from what it's stopping right there at the knee line. For the ankle articulation, you're going to see all the freaking blood. Oh yeah, it's going to continue, man. The blood is literally everywhere. Like this is the final round. You're in the last mission. What are you going to do? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and keep covering the points of articulation. All right, for up here, you're gonna see a separation within the actual, almost like a butterfly joint effect. It's what it's doing, and you can angle it out, angle it in for the front of the leg or for the top portion of it. You can move it forward, you can move it back, and that's also going to meet right there within the knee of it all. So pretty sick, man. I really digging this. Once we get up to the top part, you'll see how you can rotate, whether if you're fighting on this side or on the other side, you're going to get all those abilities within that. So pretty neat. And then continuing with the waistline, you'll see how the articulation, it's going to be able to bend all the way forward, all the way back, but when it does sit back, you'll see part of the actual top portion because this is a soft rubber. You can see how it kind of separates, it kind of throws it off. Obviously, you wouldn't be taking a shot like that, but if you did, just be aware of that. For the articulation, you're gonna be able to swivel it side to side right there, and you're gonna get a weird creak, but don't worry, that's just normal right there when it comes to Storm. For the shoulders, they go this far out. You're gonna get a 360 right there on the bicep, except I gotta heat mine up. For the elbow, you're gonna be able to get a full 90-degree angle with a 360, and then for the scan, full 360, you'll be able to angle it up this much and bring it in this much forward. And I think that's more than enough to tell you that this figure, it is an absolute must pick up. It's really truly of a gem. Whether you're going to keep it in the packaging or out, you're going to have so many options. And after all, man, since it is the final level, once you want to get to that point, what the heck are you doing without your hairpiece? Let's put it back in here because we need to do the close-up and wrap-up and tell you that, bam, sucker, get out of my way. You're falling apart because you've been conquered. Fatality time. Again, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. Let me know how you guys feel about the SDCC exclusive. Do you think this is worth a pickup, or would you prefer more of the actual traditional look without the blood? For me, either way, I wanted to jump on this considering that it was the very first option as far as the release. I'm pretty sure that the actual regular version should start dropping in within the next month or so. But for me, hey, this is gonna do it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Fatality!